Yes, indeed, I was. This is Tier Maker. I have no real experience with this site, but it doesn't look that hard, so I'm going to try it out. I took every game I've ever streamed or done a video on YouTube about. I excluded some for my mass recording streams because there were 3 or 4 streams I did where I played like 20, 30 games back to back for like 5 minutes each just to get footage. But basically anything else is in this list, and some of them, it has been a very long time since I've actually played them. There's 144 games on here. I felt like the ABCD or whatever, I feel like that didn't really do it justice. I felt like if I did that, it would kind of be up to people's interpretation of which one means good or which one means bad. So I've made the rankings more based on an actual opinion. So like the ones that are just so good it doesn't make any sense. Some of the best ones, great, amazing games, great games, pretty good games, middle of the road, like pretty average games, like these still aren't bad. Like mine is more so rankings of like all the different levels of how good it is, and then only a few for like bad ones. Only one would even of these categories is even really calling a game bad, because I tend to look very positively upon games, and so I felt like if I did it phrasing it ways other than this, it would kind of just imply that like anything other than the top 2 or 3 categories is a bad game I don't recommend, but that's really not the case. I want to do this more so to like promote games as being even better than you think they are, rather than like good, bad. And some of these are still in the list, but like I don't really know if I'd say I have enough experience in the game to judge it properly. Some things on here I don't even know if they should be, like Dungeons and Dragons. Pretty much all of these games are games where I first played them on stream. Like there are some that I have like nostalgia for and stuff, but in general, or any game I'm ranking today isn't based on nostalgia really. It's based on what my experience was during the time I streamed it. Sure, Street Fighter is the greatest game of all time. I didn't get a chance to learn it that well, so I can't really put it as like a game that super stood out to me. I don't know. It'll come together more probably as things are ranked, and yeah, I guess we'll figure that out. Donkey Kong 64. For now, I'm gonna put that as great. I'll probably sort it more afterwards. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Honestly, it's an amazing game. But yeah, John, I got some of the games we played. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Where do you think that's going? It didn't do anything exceptional. It didn't really mess up in any way. Yeah. I do actually still want to play more of it. We'll give that good for now. And once I have like 10 or 15 games in here, it'll be way easier to start like putting things between. If it's between good and meh, then it's okay. Asura's Wrath. I'm gonna put that as amazing. Some of these I don't even know if I'd want to rank. Like Halo 4 is in here because we did one YouTube video where we did the multiplayer. That one gets not enough experience to judge. Spunky's Quest for Power tier list. We do need an example of the highest tier rank. So Bunky Quest for Power, you get the highest ranking I can give you. This one I'm gonna give not enough experience to judge. No, there's no bias. Bunky Quest for Power is amazing. It's the greatest example of a 2-minute game without content that I've ever seen. There's like 3 dialogue boxes, but that makes all the difference. John, this is probably gonna be the first in the blue category. You remember Snake Rattle and Roll? We could just look up our rare replay. Yeah. That was this game, John. This is from the start of 2018. I think we can give that a pass. I don't know if I'd put it in not great because I feel like some of it was us not understanding, but like in general, it didn't have much going for it other than just really smooth movement on the NES. And then what do you think about Cobra Triangle, which was this game? I remember it actually being really solid, but I also don't remember much of it. Cobra Triangle. Yeah. It was okay. I'm trying to think which ones like I can immediately put into a category. Okay, Conker's Bad Fur Day. People are upset about that one, but like that game, it looks like so much more than it actually ends up being. Yeah, Adrian, you weren't around when we did that. Nah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It didn't captivate me or Josh. That was one of the only games on the channel that we didn't even complete because like we just didn't see much point. Ooh. John, you remember Blast Corps? That That was good, I'd say. Apparently, we only played it for like 8 minutes. So Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky. And then Ori and the Blind Forest. Oh my goodness. That's an easy one of the best. So good. It okay, fine. I'll correct this and then talk about Ori. Honestly. Yeah, I think I'd put it there for now. Or maybe I'll put it in amazing for now. I could see it definitely going higher, but like Ori and the Blind Forest. Oh my goodness, that soundtrack and those visuals and the gameplay's so smooth. Oh, it's so good. This is a good game. If it's like for 2 players, I'd put it like here probably. But if you played it single player, this would probably be higher. I'm gonna put it there. Ooh, Black Mesa. That'll be an easy one to rank. Black Mesa is amazing. I gotta wait until Mitch is in chat for that one. Ooh, Banjo Kazooie. Honestly, like it really deserves that kind of spot. It's so good. Oh, you are? Okay, then then we might have to do it. Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. So, one of these categories has yet to have a contender, and I'm afraid to admit it, but all jokes aside, this game really only has one redeemable trait to it, and that's the dancing music. Up 1 tier for music? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Ooh. Going into this game for the first time, my hopes for it easily here. I thought this was like Super Mario 64 on steroids or something. Then we actually played it and like, I guess there's some games on here that like I drag in and no one would know anything. Like, does anybody know what Echo Arena is? Echo Arena, super fun, really clever, pretty high learning curve actually. But Battle for Bikini Bottom, honestly, I didn't have the controller a ton of the time. We had like 6 people over for most of that game, and it was alternating pretty consistently. I wouldn't hold it as a super high tier game. I feel like that kind of ranking's more so like if you have a lot of nostalgia for it, but it was good. What's a game you guys want to rank from what's left? Oh, Skyrim on the Amazon Echo. Can't put it anywhere else. I mean, it's Skyrim on the Amazon Echo. Admittedly, this one is going to be really hard to rank because it has gotten so many updates and become such a better game since then, but none of my experience with that was actually done on stream. I'll rank it more on like what my knowledge of the actual game is. And honestly, all that does is move it from like past to oh. We might have another otherworldly container, or unworldly. Super Metroid is so good. It's so good. It really is a game that I don't think really has any flaws unless there's like just glitches, but even then that can add to the game in a lot of ways, the way the game ends up being structured. It's just a super solid game. Add cheese to the shopping list.
You already have cheese on your shopping list. Would you like to add cheese again?
Yes.
I added cheese to your shopping list.
This one? Admittedly, like I say, Console Reaver, I had much worse recording equipment at the time of playing this. Let me just find the actual video. Yeah, my old starting student screen. This was like over 3 years ago now. The game was too dark to like effectively see, and I actually powered through like almost 3 hours of this. This is at 200% brightness. Like, it's a game that I still want to go back to because like it was a really fun game when it was brighter, but it was almost never brighter. So, ooh, Sonic Spinball, it was okay. It's one of few games I've actually sold my copy. Some of the music is, and most of the music other than Toxic Cave Zone actually just sucks. Elevator to the Moon, I'll also give that a pass. It's not that great, so it didn't stand out to me a ton. Honestly, I don't know if Star Fox 64 should be ranked in this, because that is a game that I've played a ton on my own time, except on stream, all we actually did was Corneria. Lol Pog? What is Lol Pog? How's that the question? Yeah, I'll just rank it for the game itself. Star Fox 64 is amazing. Chris isn't here, is he? Ezra isn't here? Okay. If Chris and Ezra are here, then I feel comfortable doing kind of the unthinkable. The big issue with this game is that it has amazing highlights, but 90% of the game is just tedious dead time. I'd put it in good, but the sequel, however, I don't know how a game can look that good on the original Wii, I guess the Metroid Prime games, but like, there's one part that is really kind of like, why did you put that there? I wouldn't hold it quite on the tier of these games, but it's a really good game. Silent Hill 2, also can't judge. I did not understand what type of game I was getting into, and I really want to get back into the Silent Hill series, actually, with the knowledge of like how they should be played. So I don't feel like what I played of it so far is a really good way to judge it. Here's how we could start out the not great category. I actually just gave away my copy of this game like a week or two ago. We played it 2 or 3 times on the channel. It's not fun. Super Hot VR. So good. The problem with it is, after you actually beat Super Hot VR, every level, instead of just instantaneously just going to the next level, it has like 2 or 3 different screens you have to go between, and like 1 to 2 minutes of like loading. It's kind of aggravating that they did that. Maybe they updated it to not have it that way, but like, I played it when it was a brand new thing, was the VR port of it. And I mean, it does great. All right, John, you in chat still? Yeah, me and John got to talk about those 3 games. Oh, hey, Chris! I realize you've been around for like half of these, and I don't know if I want to rank them without having some input from you. For Ace Attorney Trilogy, honestly, I would say that we've played this enough to like rank what it stands for and what kind of game it is. But I mean, it's really solid for what it is. It's a great game. You don't mind the No More Heroes games getting in this category, right? Right? We did not play enough of the original Ninja Gaiden, whatever it is, I don't know. My copy of the game actually got like a really messed up disc, and it kept freezing because the disc was bad. So I got the disc resurfaced. It started playing fine, but then we didn't really do anything. Rogue Leader? Oh, I like it a lot. That's a pretty good game. It was a very steady paced game, but it was still pretty good for what it did. I'd probably put a little lower than like this batch. Street Fighter 2. I played like 2 matches of that. Oh, here's another one we can rank a little lowly. Rise of the Realm. It looks amazing. The sound design's good. That's kind of it. Ooh. Journey. Oh. It's a game that really stands out to me. I listen to the soundtrack regularly. It's amazing. Chris is not gonna like where I put Fusion Frenzy. It's a game. Panoptic, I really want to do more with this because we played it when it was in beta, so it was just 1 level. I believe it has way more to it now. So Metro Last Light, for 2033, I did the Redux on PC. For Last Light, I did just the regular on 360. I didn't know this series at all. I just happened to get a copy of Last Light, and I thought the game looked great. So I started doing YouTube series on it. I got like an hour or 2 into the game. I was like not understanding a lot about it, because so much of it relied on like building up the story and continuing the plot from the previous game, but I didn't know there was a previous game. Paused my playthrough on Metro Last Light about 2 hours into it, and then got Metro 2033 Redux. Almost beat that game, but Steam deleted my save file for it, so I didn't actually beat it. But I got through like 13 of the 16 chapters, I think. I really like these games. Honestly, I'd say they're great games. The Legend of Dragoon. I'd say that this is an amazing game. It's really good. There's other RPGs that have like more interesting mechanics and excel more in like the story and stuff, but like for visuals and like some of the cool like mechanics to like the leveling up system and building experience, Dragoon does it really nice. This is one that I don't even know like what people will think of it, but Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix. And like everyone was hyping me up on this game. Everyone was like singing its praises, but then I kind of started to find it bland. Honestly, I don't even know if I'd put that as an okay game. I just find it boring a lot. Oh hey, John's back. So now I can actually start talking about all the games I've been bookmarking to talk about when he gets here. I'll make people mad while I wait for John to reply. I don't care about Doki Doki at all. Like, even if some stuff happened at the end of the game, I just did not think it was worth all the stuff at the beginning. It is not the genre of game for me. Even though debatably you could say that Ace Attorney is also a visual novel, and I think that's amazing, but Doki Doki I did not care about. I'm not talking about raw, like, in nostalgia. I'm talking about like when we played it, was it actually that good? Super Smash Bros. Brawl, when it came out, it deserved to be like up here or up here. Going back to it in like 2019, honestly. Like for everything the game represents, definitely higher, but for like just playing it, I feel like it was probably closer to that. Halo 1 is amazing. It's a really good game. And like, I will still go back and listen to like some of the battle music and like just the environments and stuff in it. It's so good. Halo 2, it was great. Honestly, Halo 3 was also really good. I feel like I'd put it slightly lower than 2, but like really not a category lower. Pac-Man World. It's a pretty decent game, but overall I think the balance is more like okay. Here's another one you can give some input on, Chris. Bomberman Hero. I don't know. It didn't stand out a ton in the end. Minecraft? This is from me and Silas just playing it on PS4, and honestly, I had a lot of fun with it. I got to build a house, but like in the end, I get bored of Minecraft for like 5-10 hours, and then I'll take a year break from it usually. I mean, one day someone's gonna convince me to try Minecraft on PC, but I haven't been talked into it yet. Battletoads. The first level's fun. The second level's annoying. The third level's impossible. Aesthetics and level 1, good. Music, good. Gameplay, just... if you want to hurt yourself. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I have not really gotten very good at this game. Most of the time it's been played, it wasn't me because I just was not good at this kind of game at all, but like, it has so much potential to be a really fun game for me if I just play more of it. Yeah. Hitman Contracts. It's really fun. I don't know if I'll put it in amazing. Oh yeah. I streamed Overwatch. It never held my interest for too long. I'll try to place, yeah. Honestly, what I've played of Fighter Z, I haven't played this game on stream actually. You're going in that category. You're getting paired up with Street Fighter 2, Battlefront 2 Classic. It's just a fantastic game. Okami. I put it at great. I would love to put that much higher, but just the Wii version did not stack up for me. Well, now that Connor's here, is there any that open up? I mean, I guess I already rated Hitman Contracts. You were around every time we've played Skate 3, so let's do that. You half own the copy of the game I have anyway. When we remember what the glitches are and how to exploit them, Skate 3 is here. When we don't, Chris, yeah, I was not gonna rank this one without you in chat, and now I've got you and Connor, which is perfect. Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Symphonia is amazing. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if maybe Legend of Dragoon should be down in this category. Dungeons and Dragons. Based on podcasts I've listened to, X is just outstanding. Based on like what the game should be, phenomenal. Based on what we actually played and the broken mess of like our DM not liking most of the players and excommunicating everyone. Also just having tons of people who aren't focused on the game most of the time or being idiots instead of actually trying to focus. With our experience of Dungeons and Dragons in itself, good. Beat Saber, Who all was around for Star Fox Adventures? I know it was at least me and Chris, but like, was Chloe and Connor, Ezra? Who else was around for that? I think I put it just okay. I'll put it in good. Honestly, we still had fun with it. We just got to too many points where like, why is that the solution to the puzzle? It's not what people like want from Star Fox really, but like, it's still its own game and like, really it wasn't designed to be that for most of its development anyway. All right, Connor. I'll put it there for now. It's fun. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's fun, but it is not like the be all end all, I don't think. Wilson's Heart. I wanted to love you so much, but you're so bland and misguided and broken. You know, let's get a stupid one out of the way. Need for Speed 2 on the PlayStation 1. I had way more fun with this game than it deserved. It actually controls horribly, but I had so much fun with it. Chris and I forget who we had 3 people for most of Dark Sector. I forget who else it was. Honestly, I'd put it in good. Connor, You'll be a good reference point for where I Expect You to Die should go. I feel like that game really stood out. Kind of like harmless game. It's just goofy to mess around with. All right, Tales of Berseria. Probably not enough experience. Oh yeah, it cleaned out this category again. No, that was amazing, but that was because all we did was laugh at how terrible every aspect of it was. Here's another one to rank lower than it deserved. So First Encounter Assault Recon. Me and Ezra had high hopes. The game was huge for its time, especially when it came to like developing AI, but like playing it in like 2018 was not that interesting. In the end, it was kind of bland. Honestly, I feel like I could probably judge this one, but really we didn't play enough. Because I really liked Assault Horizon Legacy, but and 10 was pretty good, but we really didn't play enough of 5. Spider-Man PS4. Honestly, that game is so good. I really went all out on that game. I just wouldn't put it down for so long, and I was playing it so much and had so much fun. Huge bias here. This is the first game I ever played. Honestly, I really like it. I can see that like these are better games, but like I just really like the first Mario Party game. I wonder, Chris, where would we put Deltarune? I'd say it was pretty good at everything it tried to do. I don't really remember a ton on it to like put it up in a higher category, but I mean, it was pretty good for what it was. I don't even know where to put Jackbox Party Pack 3 and 4. I mean, when we do play them, I'd say they still fit into this category. They're still pretty good. Mario Party 4 is the one that like me, Chris, and John, and maybe Connor played at one point. Like it was alongside like a Mario Maker stream and stuff. Honestly, all the Mario Party games could probably go here. This is the one that I played with my family. Honestly, For Honor deserves to be in this category, but I feel like I've played enough of it to like get a feel to rank it. And I mean, honestly, I had so much fun with For Honor. It was so fun. I only actually played the open beta, but like, it was so much fun, and I would have loved to do more with it. I could see it getting stale over time, but like in my experience with it, it was really, really good. Some people might hate my ranking on this one, but also I don't feel like anyone many people even played this in the first place to get upset about where I'd put it. And I'll put it at So Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 4. Ooh. Of these, 1 is probably still my favorite. It's just an outstanding game. Oh, hello, Harrison. Sorry, I put Doki Doki in not great. Oh yeah, Mario Sunshine hasn't been ranked yet. Harrison, you want to help with that one? Honestly, it's a game that I always think is better than it ends up being. Like, Sunshine's good, but it does not excel like most other Mario games would be in these top categories. Speaking of, Mario Odyssey, amazing. Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart Wii is pretty good. It doesn't stand out a ton in my mind. I don't like remember it all the time, but like, it's really fun. Mario Kart 8 will go 1 tier above that. Mario Kart 8 is really good. I forgot, we did play a little bit of Mario Kart 64. This is the one I have the most nostalgia for in the series. It's the one I've played the most in the series, and it's okay. Battle mode, okay, yeah. Battle mode puts it up there. Oh yeah, that's right, I was doing the Metal Gear games. Metal Gear Solid 2, it's a great game. I would not just hold it particularly high. It's the lowest I'd rank any Metal Gear game I played so far. Metal Gear Solid 4, that'll go right between them. Scalar. The game that defied all odds, and at the time, me and Josh were actually calling this like the Banjo-Kazooie killer almost. Like we held this game in such high regard. I don't know if looking back I'd hold it up in that high of a regard, but I would certainly say that it was far better than we ever expected it to be. Let's get Archangel out of the way. No, don't play it. Oh, Edge of Nowhere. This game's amazing. This is the longest amount of time I've spent in VR. I did not take the headset off for 7 hours straight. I was so hooked on this game. I might actually put it up here. Left 4 Dead 2. I've enjoyed my time. It's always been far more about the people I hang out with than it has the game itself, unfortunately. But I do really enjoy it. Kind of like I Expect You to Die. Like, it's a great game. It succeeds at everything it tries to do really well. It's well designed. It's not a game I'm going to like go out of my way telling people they need to play, because I will forget about it. The Wolf Among Us. Oh, this game's so stupid. I bought this game on the Xbox One, and when I was about 3/4 of the way through the game, the Xbox was suddenly decided, you do not own this game. And I kept like logging into Xbox Live and having good internet connection and all that, and it just wouldn't let me play the game. It was convinced I no longer owned the game. Well, I was 3/4 of the way through the game and doing a series on it, but what I played of it was pretty good. Floor plan. It's clever. It's harmless. We'll put it there. I Am Bread. Honestly, it's fun. I enjoyed it. It can be frustrating, but like it does everything it tries to do really well. Area 51. This game was entirely held up by the people who were playing it and not by the game itself. It's not too interesting of a game. It can kind of feel bland sometimes. All right, Connor, if you want to rank something, then or have input, here's Crazy Taxi. I'm not sure if it almost belongs to this category, but like we did have fun. But like also we've played like 10 minutes total of the game, although it is an arcade racer, so I don't know if that's really that's probably almost enough. It's pretty good. It's fun. Donkey Kong Country 2. Definitely didn't play enough of to rank it. I played 3 levels. Wait. Didn't I already... I guess I put 2 Mario Odysseys in here accidentally. Smash games are gonna be kind of weird to rank. Smash 4 and Ultimate, they're both just great games. I mean, yeah. Where else are you gonna put them? Yes. Metroid Samus Returns. Technically, I didn't actually play this game on the channel. I just did a big unboxing thing with it. I'd say it's a great game. Ring Fit Adventure. It's not a game that I like keep coming back to, but like it is a game I tell people like this is an amazing game, and it really is great at pretty much everything it sets out to do. Yeah, we got a few more of these. Music Box. Fun at the time, but like once Beat Saber actually came out and I got Box VR, this really became obsolete. It's not worth your time nowadays. Box VR, also really fun. It actually works pretty well as a fitness game. It can feel a bit repetitive, and I don't like a ton of the sound selection, but it's actually a pretty good game, and it does a lot of what it tries to do really well. Space Pirate Trainer. It feels like more so that the people around me enjoy this game a lot more than I do. I kind of find myself not caring. All right, let's go Tekken 2. We had way more fun with this game than we should have. It's an okay game to visit in this. It was. I'd say it's still okay. Yes. Connor and Chris, you're in chat, right? We got Man and Medan. One of these two. It's a game. It's not that great of a game though. Okay, you put it all the way in okay. I guess we could put it in eh. That's where I'm thinking it probably goes. Like, it was still fun, but like, it really, it's probably okay. PUBG, that's probably basically wherever I put Left 4 Dead 2. Basically just a game that I played to hang out with friends, and it was pretty decent. Oh yeah, Speedrunners is a game. Oh, that was pretty good actually. It's pretty hectic, a little wild. Probably would be in great, but it really didn't like leave a very big impression, so I'm just gonna put it here. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. This is one of my favorite series of all time, but for some reason Superstar Saga didn't stick with me a ton. Like, basically from the start of the last dungeon to the end of the game, I didn't care. Super Mario Maker. Honestly, I wish I'd played this game more. I got this like a month after it came out, and I probably still only put like 7 or 8 hours into the game total, which is a real shame. It deserved so much more from me. It's a really good game. It's really good. Ooh, Rec Room. It's a fun time waster. It doesn't excel at like anything at all. Hey, Chris, where do you want to put Plague Tale Innocence? That game was a little more bland than I thought it'd be, but I still enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was pretty fun. It was a very slow game that like just had the story going for it, for the most part. Ooh, Astral Chain. I did not get a chance to play a ton of this. Most of this was actually just Ezra playing on his own personal file that he had started at home. I'd almost put it here, but I didn't actually pick up the controller past the first hour or two. So ARMS, I just similar to For Honor. I just played the open beta of it. It was kind of fun to have like the novelty of the motion controls because it was doing it for the first time, but like the actual gameplay itself, Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. Every time we pick this up, there's more to it than I expected there to be. It's a pretty great game though. Single player is great. It's got a lot of fun multiplayer stuff to mess around with. It's a really solid game. Ooh, Crisis 3. That's a fun one. I enjoyed that a lot. Not as much as I enjoyed Crisis 2, otherwise it'd probably be a tier higher, but I did really enjoy Crisis 3. The first Splinter Cell, honestly, what I played of it, like I got like 3 or 4 missions in. It was not really worth it. Dead Space. That was a really fun game. Honestly, that game, I don't want to say it's amazing. It really does everything it tries to do really well. I don't feel like we really experienced it the way we should have. We basically did not get scared by anything because we had like the lights on and we were blaring music and we were like making jokes and laughing the entire time. But it was a really solid game. Tomb Raider 2013. Immediately goes there for the opening like 3 hours of the game. But after the first 3 hours of the game, it opens up a bit. It's got some good gunplay at the end. Like, I'll put it there. A lot of people hold that game in way higher regards, but I just was really tired of like all the crap they were giving you in the opening. Vanquish also didn't beat, but this game's amazing. Diddy Kong Racing, haven't played a ton. What I have played of it, I'd say is pretty good. Pikmin 2. Yeah, Pikmin 2. Tricky. I mean, I haven't played a ton now, but I mean, I feel like I'd like the game way more nowadays than I would when I first played it. I'll put it as a great game. I do think I like it more than most of these. It has the potential to make it here, but for now, great. Maybe not quite. It probably there. F-Zero GX is just so fun though. Ooh, Fast RMX. No. It's visually looks pretty great. It's not that fun to play. It really isn't. There's a game I forgot to put in here. Yeah, we got snippet clips. I want to go back to this. Me and Jeff were really tired when we played it, and we were not having much success. But it was still pretty fun. I think it is a game that definitely deserves to be revisited. Also, I'm starting to think Grab by the Ghoulies should be higher. Actually, maybe both these should be. Yeah, golf with your friends. Where the heck would that go? It's pretty good. It's fun, but it's the community that makes it really fun in the end. Time Splitters 2. Ooh. This game started out very sluggish and not that fun. And then we found out that the first level is the worst level of the game, and then it's just actually much more fun and a lot more like exciting learning stuff to do. Time Splitters 2 is just some crazy fun. It's good. Super C. It's pretty fun. It didn't stand out a ton to us. I'd probably say it was closer to our experience with Battletoads. Trine. It's a pretty harmless game. It does what it tries to do pretty good. Look, another game did not make it here. Sly Cooper. Yeah, that was a pretty good game. That was way better than people were telling me it would be. I enjoyed that probably on equal terms to a lot of this category. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. I feel like a lot of people, or everyone I played this with in chat liked this way more than I did. I just thought it was a good game. Maybe low end great. Maybe it was just because I was never into like games like that. Pokken Tournament DX. Easy. Sonic Colors. Honestly, pretty fun. I liked it a lot. I'd say that's a great game. VR chat. It's never stood out to me a ton. I guess I just haven't had conversations in it. Half the conversations I have are just people, why are you using your real name in this game? For some reason, that's a really big deal in this particular game. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I thought this would be a lot more fun than it was. It's still a really solid game and probably one of the better exclusives that has not left the Wii U, but it just stood out to me as a game that was pretty good for what it did, but didn't excel a ton. I'd almost put it in okay. Robo Recall. That game's super fun. And it has a lot of really cool stuff it does to really utilize the VR space of it. Soma? I really like Soma. I really would recommend that to people. It's a very good game. Even just for like the narrative, but like also just all the stuff it does with all of its different design. It's really scary at some parts too. Soma is really solid. I really recommend Soma. Rayman 2: The Great Escape. This is one where I feel like I liked it more than most of the people I was playing it with. I think Rayman 2 was a pretty great game. I really like the gameplay and aesthetic and music of Rayman 2. I very much enjoyed it. It had some kind of dumb stuff, but I'd almost put it here. I really, really liked Rayman 2. It really stuck with me. Robinson the Journey. This was the game that got me to buy VR. It looks so cool and so fun. It's pretty bland and slow, and the controls are awful. It's not like something I wouldn't recommend. It's like worth it for the spectacle, but it doesn't have much more going for it than that. Windlands 1 and 2. They're both so good. I love these games so much. I'd say Windlands is amazing, and I'd say Windlands 2, one of the best. I could not get this game to run on stream because my PC kind of hated it, but just playing it on its own, it's so good, and it has some of the. This Windlands 2 might have my favorite gunplay in gaming. It's like airborne Spider-Man archery, basically, but it's a VR game. It's so fun. Shadow of the Colossus. My first YouTube video is Shadow of the Colossus. It's a really good game. I would actually hold the PS2 and PS4 version at about the same ranking. I like the visuals and art direction a lot on PS2, but the gameplay is about the same between them. But I also think that just like the landscapes as a standalone thing are really a spectacle in Shadow of the Colossus on PS4. Sea of Thieves is at least a little better than these. I'd say the last half of Tomb Raider picked it up enough to go into good. I'd put VR chat at okay. Oh yeah, right now I've got them all in their categories. I'm ranking them like favorite in each category to least favorite in each category, and then seeing if anything needs to be put up a tier, such as Halo Combat Evolved. You've been promoted. Yeah, I think I just want to bump this down a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Yeah, it earned it. It earned the highest marks. It really did. Beat Saber's definitely lower than this. That's a good spot for it. Shadow of the Colossus deserves better. Scalar should be in great. Yeah, probably. Yeah, so I think the list, I think it's done. Hello everybody, this is Levi, but in the future, that was a whole stream that we did on July 8th. It's been like almost 2 months since that. There's already 10 more games that I need to add, and also just some games that were in progress at the time of that stream, and I might have more to say about them now. I do want to change a few of these now. Explorers of Sky, at the time of the stream, we were maybe like halfway through this game, and we have now beaten this game. I think I'd put it at the top of this category now, so I think Explorers of Sky has certainly moved up. We had hardly touched Star Fox 64 at the time of that stream. We just did like a 9-hour stream where we did inside and out everything in this game like 3 times over. I'd say I'd put it up like 1 spot for that. Pikmin 2, we'd done like 1 stream, and the rest was just kind of relying on what I knew from years ago. But now we've done a lot more on it, and I am very definitively bumping it up a category. I believe Pikmin 2 is amazing. I am really liking what we're seeing with it. Honestly, we haven't even beaten it yet. I'm already wondering if it'll go higher than this. So we did some chess. I gradually got better and better at it. I haven't won many matches. I'd say that this is a great game that is very engaging. I feel comfortable recommending chess to people. Like, even if you don't think you're that into it, or like it's a very different type of game from what you're looking for, chess is really solid. I think I think more people should give chess a try. I think my time with it fits kind of right about there. Super Hexagon. I am terrible at this game. It's a very simple game, but it's really captivating. I think it fits in nicely there. It is a great game. Maybe if I get better at it, I'll rank it higher. Connect Sports. I did not expect it to excel much at anything, but it exceeded my expectations, and for that, it gets the just middle of the road. It is a... I'll put it above Bomberman Hero. That's a good spot. And that's for both Connect Sports 1 and Connect Sports Season 2. Modern Warfare 4, I primarily got this game for the single player. We just did a little bit of like one of the multiplayer modes, and we kept doing like weird criteria like don't aim down the scope and only use snipers or something, so I don't feel like I have a good judgment on that just yet, but I would like to go through the single player at some point. We did end our 24-hour stream with a little bit of Fall Guys. I can't say I've seen enough of it to know for certain, but like of what I've seen so far, it looks like a fun game. I'm not sure where I'm at in it yet. I think I've only played one game, but I have seen quite a few been played. I'd say I'd put it about there. It's probably better than that. I just need to see more on it. Phantasy Star Online 2. I am still technically in the tutorial stages. I have yet to learn the mechanics too well, and honestly, this is the type of game where you really need to learn a lot more about what makes it tick. What Remains of Edith Finch. Oh, I'd seen like Jacksepticeye play a little bit of it, and I ended up not continuing the series because I knew I wanted to play it myself one day, and I'm very glad that I did, and I'm glad the community enjoyed it a lot too. Found it to be a very just clever, well-written, very, very good like cinematography. There's a reason it got the BAFTA award or whatever it's called. Harrison, throw it on screen because I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, we have played more Ace Attorney. I am bumping this up for certain. We're not even technically done with the last game. We're about halfway through the 5th trial episode or whatever, and we're just loving it. We've just gotten hooked on it all over again. So crazy. I am very excited to see what else it has to hold, and it's already getting like these really high ranks. We also played more F-Zero GX, and honestly, I bump it up one spot for that, and I think I'll make this top category a little more populated. Banjo Tooie, we haven't quite beaten. Really good. I don't know if I'd like it quite as much as Kazooie. I like a lot of ideas. I like the music. For now, I'd say it's fitting in right there. I definitely heard some people saying that it was significantly worse than Kazooie. For the time being, I'm saying that it isn't quite as much my thing as Kazooie was. I still think it deserves this. It's definitely not a game to be missed, even if it's overshadowed by its prequel. It should not be missed. And lastly, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. This one started out kind of slow, and we were trying to figure things out, and we had just some like really bad attempts because we hadn't learned the mechanics just yet, but this game is it is really, really good. It's a great game. I'm very happy with what we've been getting out of it, and I would love to do more with it. It's really captivating me. I think it'll fit in right around there. So here's the actual final list. I'll send that file over to Harrison. Just scroll for that. And I guess as some final regards, before you all start freaking out about things in the comments, this was cut down a lot. There's something like 4.5 hours, or maybe even more, total of me talking about this tier list. The editor has done a lot of amazing work to cut this down and make it a lot more digestible, but if you're upset I didn't say something about a certain game, or that I didn't give like all the sides of a certain thing with the development or something like that about a game, most of these games I probably talked about for like anywhere from like 2 to 10 minutes in the full stream, which is the top link in the description. So definitely check that out if you want more context for what's going on or what's happening or what I was saying about each game. What I put in here is not like, or what made it to this video is not everything. It's just probably the most impactful part or the final call. A lot more details are elaborated in stream. It's just such a long video that I don't think anyone would really go out of their way or be super excited to see a 4.5 hour video in their sub feed. Also, just to avoid all the people getting mad, and because I guess technically it's still a game that sets out, or that does everything that it wants to do, right? We'll bump this up a little bit. There we go. I think that's more fair for Doki Doki and that Okay, I'm done tampering with this. If you want more thoughts, just message me on Discord or something. I'm always active on there. Here's our final list. Thank you for watching. This has been a really fun project to work on, and I already am thinking about doing another tier list video, but maybe not video games. I have other interesting ideas that might be surprising for some of you, but I am interested in it, so we will see what happens. I'm streaming somewhat regularly, at least a few times a week. Discord and Twitter always get some kind of heads up about that if you're interested, and I'll see you with whatever I happen to be doing next. Later. Pog.